What is up everyone, my name's Al from GamesRub, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Neogeo Pocket. That's right, working on the Sega Dreamcast. Obviously, if you follow Ian Michael, who's behind this, you'll obviously know that this has been around for not a huge amount of time, but it's been around for a little bit. He's done a hell of a lot of testing and sort of making changes to it, obviously to get it to optimize it. That's what I was looking for, optimize. So obviously this is a Neogeo Pocket emulator with ROMs. So obviously I thought we'd check this out. So obviously we've got games like Metal Slug amongst others. So if you're a Neogeo Pocket fan, always wanted to play it on your Sega Dreamcast, now is the time. Let's take a look. So here we go, this is it, we're taking a look at the Neogeo Pocket emulator working on the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, Ian Michael's been putting in the hours, as he obviously normally does, to bring us a refined product here. Now the original port isn't done by himself, it's actually done by Troy Davis, actually a friend of Ian's, but Ian has taken the reins and has gone to essentially many lengths to make sure that this works very, very seamlessly with very minor issues. Great, working on the Sega Dreamcast. And when I talk minor issues, they really are minor. There's very, very few issues with this emulator working on the Sega Dreamcast. So let's start with Metal Slug. So yeah, the game we all absolutely love and adore. In fact, a version that not many of us have ever actually played, because not all of us, or most of us, probably don't even have, or have never had or even played a Neogeo Pocket. Because this is one I kind of always saw when I was growing up in the game stores. I was like, what the hell is that thing? Obviously picked it up, saw Metal Slug. But, the catalogue didn't massively speak to me until now. Until the stuff I've, never seen before. So obviously games like Bomberman, Bubble Bobble, Sonic, etc. Games we're covering in this review. We can now play on our Sega Dreamcast. Consoles that we all love. And Ian Michael has obviously helped this happen. Now here we go, this is Metal Slug 1. Obviously Metal Slug 1 and 2 is part of this package. And this is a really good version of Metal Slug. Obviously, you can clearly see it is a pocket version. But it is a good, working version of Metal Slug. It is slightly different. I can't seem to find out how to use grenades. Not even sure if there are grenades in this version. But as you can see, it's smooth. It runs pretty damn well. There's no massive issue, there's no massive stuttering or anything like that. There's no speed degradation here at all. Sound works pretty much flawlessly. So it's a really, really good, ROM working on this port of the, Neogeo emulator on the Sega Dreamcast. So obviously things like this you kind of expect to not work 110%, but as you can see, a really, really solid version, or, version of Metal Slug, which, like I said, is totally individual to the, Metal Slug 1, but this is a pocket version, and one you're probably going to want to play. And next up, what do we have? One of my favourites. That's right. We've got Pac-Man. That's right, we're playing Pac-Man right now on the Neogeo Pocket. Not a version I've ever played, but I have to say, a really, really decent version of Pac-Man. The game, it just works, obviously the one issue, it's not an issue, but the one sort of side of the pocket version is you don't get the full screen, although you can switch that, but I obviously chose to play in this way here, and it's a really solid port of the arcade version on the Neogeo Pocket. Now obviously it's not a massively graphically intense game, but speed-wise, it works really, really well. The controls are solid. It's a really good version of Pac-Man playing on the Neogeo Pocket. So why the hell have I never checked this out before? I don't quite know. I'm actually starting to wonder why the hell I've never owned one of these consoles. It's things like this that really blow my mind. How the hell did I ever miss it? Next up, we've got Bomberman. Working on the Neogeo Pocket, obviously through your Sega Dreamcast, and I have to say, a semi-faithful port, I call this. It's not a port that I love. I think it's, it plays well. I don't know. I just don't like the style of this, and I don't like the way it I don't know, the way it plays. Again, there's no issues with control, sound, etc. Although the sound is clearly Metal Slug soundtrack playing, but I don't like it. It doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel like the original Bomberman on sort of NES, Super Nintendo, etc. It just doesn't have that feel. It's a shame because I love Bomberman, and this is one I would probably give a miss. It's not one I'd probably play all that often, but it is there and does give you the option if you do want to check it out. So yeah, let's move on to Puzzle Bobble. That's right, Bust a Move, Puzzle Bobble, whatever you want to call it. Here it is, a version that I've never played until now, and again wondered how the hell I missed this after all these years. This is a really, really good version of Bubble Bobble, Puzzle Bobble, whatever you want to call it. It's a really solid version. The music's great. I mean, the controls, it's pretty simple anyway. It's just a puzzle game. But puzzle games don't always work that well on consoles. And, they don't always, ports like this, they don't always work very well. This is solid. There's no problem with this one at all. In fact, this is one of the games I would 110% recommend. This and Metal Slug so far. Like I said, Bomberman, maybe not Bomberman. I didn't massively like that port, but this is a good, solid puzzler, and it is playing on the Neogeo Pocket through the Sega Dreamcast. Now, obviously, we've got a nice little Sonic game here. That's right, this is the last one of the review here. Sonic, that's right, Pocket Edition. Now, is this any better than the Game Gear version? I don't know where I stand on this because, again, there's nothing wrong with the emulation. Everything just works. There's no real massive issues here. The thing I just don't like is the camera style. It just doesn't move free. So with Sonic, you generally have him in a fixed position in the center of the screen. This one, the screen kind of sways behind you or sways in front of you, and it just doesn't feel right. You don't get that sense of speed. It's not necessarily one I'd recommend. It's fun to play, but not a version of Sonic I would 110% say, go and play it. Anyway, I'm Al from Games Rep. I hope you've liked this nice little review of the Neogeo Pocket working on the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, Ian Michael, like I said, he's been working hard, as he always does, for the Dreamcast community. That's right, this is it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Obviously, make sure to check out the Dreamcast Talk forums where Ian Michael is massively active, and also check out his YouTube channel because all of his projects, they're all there to see. So obviously give him a thumbs up, go follow him, go subscribe. I've been Al from Games Rep. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you all soon. You can now support the channel on patreon.com/GamesRep, as well as remember to like, comment and subscribe.